You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk only on Paranormal Experience Radio. Broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Paranormal Pride. We will visit only with the best investigators, location owners, demonologists, researchers, inventors, authors, mediums, psychics, and enthusiasts. Anyone with a love or interest in the paranormal, the supernatural, or the unexplained will be meeting here on Mondays at 8 p.m., 7 Central. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Paranormal Pride. Tonight, my guest is Rick Rose, and he's coming to you live from, you're not going to believe it, but he's at Jay Lynch's house with Teresa Lynch. So there may be a peanut gallery tonight. Besides, not only that, Ron's here with me. So
Woo, she said tea, and I thought she was going with something else.
This might get out of control very, very quickly. So don't expect a whole lot out of this.
Don't be drinking soda while we're on.
And Rick and I haven't gotten to talk to each other in a while. This is his fourth visit to the Paranormal Pride, and he was my first guest. And then he was my guest again when I had my anniversary show. And then I also had him as a guest just before his grandmother passed. So needless to say, we've had some milestone shows. I can at least remember them. You know, sometimes I remember that I've had guests. I just don't remember when I had them. But in Rick's case, I can remember when he was on the show. So
Rick's just good.
Well, that makes it easy to remember. You know, I know what's going on. So since I last talked to you, you know, you've moved around a few times, and so what have you been doing since? Let's see, last time I talked to you physically, you were in Ohio, and now you're back in Ohio. So what's going on?
Well, there was a case there where I was on the run from the feds, and so I had to flee to... No, I'm just kidding. We've had a lot of stuff going on. People might
actually believe you. That's the thing. People might actually believe that you were on the run.
Well, if they've seen me, they know I haven't ran in years. So, but yeah, I moved down to South Carolina in 2016? Yeah, it was 2016 to chase the dream. And then I almost went bankrupt. So the dream ended and I came back to Ohio.
2017.
Was it 2017? Yeah, March of 2017. Yeah. March of 2017 is when I moved down there to chase the dream. And it was just too expensive. And I moved back up here and Jay put a leash on me and said, I'm not going anywhere. So, now I'm sitting on his lap doing this radio show.
You said not to talk about that.
There's nothing off limits with us.
Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff going on, from us just traveling and doing stuff to getting ready to start filming Paranormal Mysteries, and we've been doing our paranormal spoofs and all that
broadcasting.
Getting ready to relaunch broadcasting. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that you're back to doing the things that you love to do with people that you love doing it with. Which sounds more like porn than paranormal, but you know, however it works out.
Did you say porn?
Yeah.
Did you say porn?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I was just making sure I heard you right. Woo!
I know, unusual as it is.
I've never heard her say that word.
Unusual.
Well, I'm just saying that's how the Boost got their start, so maybe I gotta go take one of the. I mean, what?
Just gonna film it.
Yeah, just film it.
I'm not filming that.
No. So since you said that, recently we crossed paths in Tennessee. I didn't know that you were going that way. You didn't know we were going that way. And you were heading out to Hales Dam Bar. And we were heading back from seeing my my aunt in Bristol. So what happened out there at Hale's Dam Bar?
I'm going to tell you what. So we left out there. We seen the reaction on the post. Everybody gets the reactions though. So I was settled to say that if we had 2 or 3 people that showed up, it was a success for us. We got there and people started piling in. There was 45?
There was 45 people.
45 people that signed up. It was actually on the
and there
public.
were only 2 people that left because they thought it was just a walking tour and they were elderly.
Yeah, they just thought it was a walking tour. So we actually, I think we sell more than the Tennessee race guys, or we were close to them. I'm just bringing it up because we're just 3 normal people, but we're 4 normal people. So yeah, we did that, and we actually investigated. It had some pretty interesting stuff happening tonight. If you guys haven't been to Hale's Bar, I would highly recommend it down in Hill, Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
And Jeff and Vicky, we love you.
I can't wait to go back.
Well, this is one of those things that we would have loved to have gone, but until I get released from the doctor, it's not going anywhere where there might be mold or water or anything that's going to make me sick. And
there was all of the above.
And in the case of this, Rick knew that we were heading out to see, to Ashmore Estates when I was admitted to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was looking forward to seeing you, and then all of a sudden you were in the hospital.
And Kat told me, she goes, Rick ran up to me and said, "Did you hear that Denise was in the hospital?" And it made me cry that you cared enough and that you gave a crap. Okay.
Yeah. The funny thing was, when I seen Kat standing there by the front door, I walked past her and then I stopped and I was like, I know that face from somewhere. And I turned around and I was like, Kat? And she's like, yeah. Same thing. Like, Kat? So it was just one of those things that she's actually looks like she does in her Facebook. So that was good.
Right. But she told me how concerned you were. And I was like, we hadn't talked in so long. And I was like, it warmed my heart to know that you really do still care. We just hadn't had time between the 2 new grandbabies and life. My life, your life, and all the things that has been transpiring since you left. Our paths just haven't crossed where we ended up being in the same place. Ashmore was supposed to be that place where we were supposed to meet, and I ended up trying to die. So I'm so grateful that Kat told me that you cared enough to say something. And
it worried me because the fact that you were admitted and stuff got pretty serious. So, but you're coming off. You're getting better, so that's good.
Oh yeah, I've got
a
few more tests to go before I get released. But other than that, I feel fine.
Did they say what? Because I read a little bit on it, what you posted, but have they been certain that it's been like the mold and all that? Because
yep.
You remember Sally House had a whole bunch of that mold in the basement.
Yep, Aspergillus. So
okay.
It's one of
you
the
guys
most
basically
deadly.
lived in Sally House.
Yep, for 6 years. So it's Aspergillus. So it's one of the most deadly kind of molds that you can get exposed to. And not only that, the staph infection that you and Ron both got at the same time was from that as well. Hanging out in the basement. Because both of you got it at the same time. Of course, it was in different places. I don't know how you got it where you got it, and he got it in his armpit, but it is what it is. But
Yeah, I won't trade.
Yeah, it was just really bad. And then Ron ended up with a really strange bronchitis that wouldn't go away. He ended up with it for 9 months to a year, and the doctor thinks that was from the mold as well. So again,
Well, And we should put out there that number one, we aren't bashing the Salad House for anything.
No,
but
it's every place. We all have to be aware that mold can be any period.
Exactly. I just don't want somebody going back saying that we were talking shit on the house. You know how that is. But I remember them talking about the mold in the basement and how they had taken it to get it tested, and it was like a weird strain and all this stuff.
It just
so
wasn't
it's kind
black
of
mold. That was the thing. Aspergillus is not black mold. It's a white mold. So when people say, "Oh, it's not black mold," and so it must be okay. No, black mold, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Aspergillus is a white mold to a blue mold, and you can find it in your own backyard underneath leaves. Well, we don't rake our leaves, so we know we didn't get it here. That was one of the things that the doctor, we've already narrowed down where I got it from. The place that I was, a month before. I'm not going to tell people out loud where that was, because it's my own fault. I knew that when I went there that there was a possibility, but the doctor ruled it back to long-term mold exposure, not a one-time mold exposure.
So basically what you were doing tour guide-wise. Yep.
And, you figure you can add in the Belvoir Winery, any place that we've been in the last 9 years. So anybody out there that goes out and does, hiking or ghost hunting or any place that's not temperature controlled all year long and leaks water needs to wear a mask when they go out and doing this stuff if they have any kind of lung problem, period. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I mean, even if you clean houses that have mold exposure, Yeah. So it's just what it is.
If people want to make fun of Zach for wearing a respirator.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I can't make fun of him for. I can make fun of him for wearing high heel shoes when he's standing there talking to a 5'4" tall. I'm 5'4".
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, he wears like 2 or 3 inch heels, so he's real tall.
Yeah, they were 4 inches tall when he interviewed me, and he's 6 foot tall, and I'm 5'4".
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What's the purpose?
Just so he looks bigger on camera.
To minimize the person that he's talking to make us feel small.
That's ridiculous.
I trip over stuff. I do it with my regular tennis shoes on. You gonna put 4 inch heels on me? I'll be face planted.
I mean, I know why Gene Simmons does it, because he's not very tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most women don't wear heels that high. Just saying.
Yeah, me, I was wearing flip flops, so I wasn't trying to make myself taller. So
I need to make myself taller. Shit.
Wow.
It just made me laugh. But again,
why didn't you tell me this?
I know me and Denise have talked about it before, how Zach wears that, but it never dawned on me.
Oh,
if you actually watch the Ghost Adventures episode of Sally House, you even see Ron in it in the cemetery.
Oh yeah, and her daughter, and so it's funny. It's even funnier now when we look back at it. So knowing what we know,
it is.
So what is your first thing that you guys are going to film? Do you have any ideas?
For Paranormal Mysteries, we've already got a couple filmed. We've done because what happened was we had 3 of them, I think.
Yeah, we had Rose Hotel, Collingwood Art Center, and
what was the
crap? My brain is not fried.
I can't remember the third one.
Ashmore.
Yeah, Ashmore.
Filmed in Rick's computer crash. Yeah. We lost a lot of the footage, so we have to refilm all those.
We still at Collingwood.
We're heading back to Hell's Bar Dam. He wants to come back down there. We're going to definitely film that. We've got to redo some more shoots at Collingwood Art Center. We're going to do it again. And we're definitely got to get back to Rose Hotel for sure. We got like 7 places that we're looking at for this next year that we're going to be filming at. That's not including all the events that we're working on right now.
Yeah. So what we're doing is, we're being patient with it to a certain extent. Well, I am. Jay's the one that keeps like, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah. So once we were done with that, we're going to be publishing it to ASY Network, I believe. That's the one with Wrestling with Ghosts is on.
Yeah.
So,
We're looking. Yeah, ASY TV is on Roku system. They are relaunching here real soon. Will become ASY Paranormal TV. Wrestling with Ghosts is big time involved with it. They've got a biker paranormal investigating team that's going to be there.
Ghost Biker.
And so they're really expanding it, and they're wanting to really showcase everything paranormal on it. They've actually got some good input from it and some good backing to it that's going to really push it to another level that has not been done besides Vidi. I mean, they're trying to head that direction and push it really hard.
So is the
That's serious.
subscription TV actually taking off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, subscription TVs are really taking off in your streaming networks. They are actually a lot of places, besides the mainstream, like whatever you want to call it, that Ghost Hunters, all them are all on and stuff. They still have the mainstream of the market, but your streaming networks like that and your subscriptions are really taking off because people get to be more intimate with what's going on. You also get more of a free hand. You don't have all the censorship. You don't have all the directions. You actually get directed all yourself, film it all yourself. So it is you, what you put out there. It's all up to you. And if you get sponsors, you get sponsors. It's all yours. Your product that you're putting out on those networks is you and your way. So you have a chance to do it your way. Like everybody always says, well, I would have never done that. Well, then show us.
Yeah.
Then do it.
Exactly.
These opportunities are out there now. If you don't take advantage of them, then that's your choice.
Well, it's even with nowadays, the newer generations and everything. Nobody's watching cable TV anymore. A lot of people are becoming smart to the fact that it's a ripoff. I say that because I pay for cable TV stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was doing the streaming thing for a while. So Roku is a big thing. Fire Stick's a big thing. Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, all these streaming networks are taking off.
Actually, they're taking off, and things like YouTube and Amazon Prime are actually be considered secondary. They're actually taking a back seat to all these other networks.
Well,
Which one are you on?
it's going to be Roku.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be on the Roku system. It's also on computer. It's called ASY TV right now. It's relaunching as ASY Paranormal TV. They're looking for all kinds of shows. They're looking for people now that want to film things and put it together and put it on there. And, I mean, they're giving you an access. They're giving you a point to put your stuff out. And they're willing to go all paranormal. So, which takes in everything. It encompasses cryptozoology, ufology, and also the paranormal investigating that we do. So, and which we're also involved with a lot of that also. So,
but I want to actually branch out and do some UFO stuff and
we'll get into the cryptid stuff.
Yeah, cryptid stuff would be fun. Because I mean, you think the cryptids had a black eye in the community, because you think crypto on TV, you think of the mountain monster guys that were just a whole bunch of overweight guys screaming and yelling and running, but you never seen anything. And it just they're awesome guys, great guys.
Yes, they are.
But the TV show was just it gave a big black eye.
Oh, well, yeah, because it turned into a soap opera.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Rogue team. It's the Rogue team out there. I mean, of course, I'm still waiting for it to come back so we can find out what happened with the woman of the woods and Porky running around out there with all of his earthquake body running around out there. I forgot his name. Buck. Is it Buck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about mountain
being
monsters?
abducted. Yeah, Buck got abducted.
I don't think it's ever coming back.
I don't think it is.
They were down at Mid-South, and we sat there and talked to them for a little bit. But
I mean, I like the guys. It's just it got ridiculous, and the thing is I'm going, this is scripted. There's no way that this was not.
It's for entertainment. I mean, that's what they're going for. We like to do things where it's more educational.
But we have our fun.
We have fun, but we try to make it educational.
That's what we do. Our sleep videos is all about the fun.
Well, you know what? We're coming up on our very first commercial break. It's going to be a 3-minute break. So we're going to talk some more about this when we come back. So everybody, you're listening to WBHM out of Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. And we're talking to Rick Rose and his friends, Teresa and Jay Lynch. And we're going to have a good old time talking to them and go get a drink, come back, go to the restroom, all that good stuff. And we'll talk to you in 3 minutes.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk only on Paranormal Experience Radio. Broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Pride. I'm here with Richard Rose, Madman of the Paranormal. I don't know what his nickname really is, but that's what I'm calling him. It's better than some of the things that other people call him, probably. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Actually, what we used to call him was our adopted son. When we were volunteering at the Sally House, and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It's a great time there.
yeah, we did have some fun.
Who would have thought that a simple investigation on Good Friday would lead to this many years down the road?
A Good Friday
That- you know,
investigation
that-
would turn into a good friendship.
That was probably one of the
Yeah.
craziest nights in that house.
Mm-hmm.
One of them.
Yeah, it was weird.
Dude.
I remember spending more nights apologizing to people because nothing happened.
Oh yeah,
we got lucky.
we did. Because there was a lot of times it was like that. But then we also had those day tours where we had a ton of fun with people and taught them something, or they taught us something, and we made friends. You know,
Yep.
those were fun times. Some of the times that weren't so much fun were when we were telling those teenagers to stop provoking. You know, I know you remember that one day when I had to go off on that poor teenager.
Yeah.
That was a volunteer, and I had to stop her because she was just being a pain, because she wouldn't listen to you. And so, well, you weren't there. It was just me and Rick, and they gave me like, well, how many kids did they give me? Like 5 kids and you?
Yeah, I think it was like 5 or 6. They were manning the front door and everything.
And then that one girl kept going downstairs, and she was trying to provoke with you down there, and you're going, what in the heck are you doing?
I kept going, not a good idea. You don't want it. You're going to get more than you asked for.
And finally, I got her out of there, and but you know, the next year they did not do that to me. They didn't give me kids anymore after that. But of course, this year I heard, or last year after I told them we couldn't do it anymore, I heard they had the worst year ever, but this year I haven't heard anything, and I don't care. I've been busy with the little pork chop and the granddaughter, and of course I was busy in the hospital, so it didn't matter. But so when you were in North Carolina or South Carolina, did you do any investigating while you were there besides the stuff with David?
No. That's one of the things that I lost out on. I tried contacting a team down there, and they kept blowing me off. And I can see why. I'm a random guy that popped up in their message box saying that I knew what I was doing. I was just looking to connect. They probably get that all the time, but they just kept blowing me off. So I finally just had enough with it. I knew one of the girls that was part of the team, and they did like a spotlight of her. And I was like, well, I'm kind of sad I never got to investigate with you. If your team would have responded to me, we could have done some things. And they started to come up with excuse after excuse after excuse. Mm. And but see, being down there, I didn't know what was around. And there was nobody. I didn't really know many people there, and it was a bad time. It was bad.
Missed Jay.
I missed the lunches.
I saw a lot of the message, a lot of stuff going back and forth, and I knew that you were Lynch sick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Because when you went there and you met them, it looked like it was Big Brother, Little Brother.
Love at first sight. Oh.
Well, Big Brother, Little Brother kind of relationship right away.
Yeah, it's hard for a lot of people to understand that we've only known each other for just a little over 2 years now, about 2.5 years now. We've known each other, but
right.
We bonded quickly, very quickly.
Well, it's the same with Rick, and Ron.
Yeah.
We met.
When you meet good people, you just bond.
Yeah.
Well, Rick and I talked on the phone for 2.5 hours, and then we didn't really talk.
Oh, that long?
Yeah. It was quite a long time, and then we didn't talk again until that Good Friday when we met at the chamber, and then went to the Sally House.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was in January.
It seemed like we'd known each other for years.
Right. And then
right away.
And I think and one of my friends actually told Rick that they knew me because his friend knew my friend, and I think that's how a lot of it happened. And their last name happened to be Lynch too, which is funny. My Lynches led me to Rick.
So, oh wow!
And the listeners are here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not Harold actually. Yeah,
and it was a Jay Lynch. It was a Jay Lynch, but his name was John.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it is. It's just when you meet good people, you're going to connect right away. I mean, I did it with Jay and Teresa. I did it with you and Ron. I mean, people like Josh Hurd and David Glidden. I know David's listening, so I had to give him that shout out. Love you, David.
He's in the chat, and so you guys all know David Glidden is my guest next week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
it's okay.
Well, just a heads up, the guests that I had for next week, they had to cancel because of surgery, and so we're going to keep them in their prayers. I'm not going to release their names. I never told anybody who they were, but we're going to say a prayer for everybody out there that's going through scares right now. Cancer, surgeries, all that other stuff. And then my guest the following week, I had to reschedule her because she was having surgery, and they moved her surgery again. So I had to move her again. So the week after David is going to be Chuck Banks again. So I am going to have a great few weeks of really good people coming in that
Chuck Banks, isn't he the Midwest paranormal guy from Iowa?
Yep, the Closet Medium.
Okay. He's the one that wrote the book, though, the Short Bus Diaries and all that stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I've never met him, but I watch him on Facebook a lot, and he seems like a pretty good guy.
Oh, yeah, you'd like him.
He is. He goes out of his way. Well,
you'd get along
he
great.
went out of his way to meet us before we went to, he was going to the Kansas City Paranormal Conference, and we were going to the Paranormal Conference in Mattoon, Spook Show Con. and we crossed paths to make sure that we saw each other before we, so we didn't miss each other. And yes, Brenda, closet medium.
Yes.
So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna end the year on a very high note with a lot of good people, so that everybody gets to hear a few different things. Plus, David's movie's going to be coming out soon, and I want everybody to hear about it. And you're in that movie, aren't you? Again.
I was in the first one. I wasn't in the second one.
You weren't in the second one?
No, because he started promoting me being in the first one, and ratings dropped, so he wanted me nowhere near the second one.
Well,
And he knows
that
that
can't be true. That can't be true.
No, I'm waiting for my paranormal award for my spot into Light One. It was just a quick.
I'll make you. You already got a certificate. I'll make you an award.
Well, you know what? We recognized you right away.
Yeah, we noticed you weren't in very long.
Yeah. But
I mean, to be honest, I was only out there for one night.
I know.
And nothing really happened except for David doing his freaking Sasquatch call that really irritated me in the moment because I thought he was being serious. And if you hear me, I'm like, I thought you were being freaking serious, and I stormed off.
Well, but I hear that the Brown Mountain Lights is the best time to see those are in August, though. I'd never even heard of that until David brought it up. Okay.
That's the thing about him, and I know the show's supposed to be about me, but that guy takes all these ideas, and for a guy that is self-taught on filming and everything, he does phenomenal jobs on his documentaries. With Haunting History and Into the Light, I mean, they're both quality shows that I think anybody should watch.
Oh, I know that David did a really good job on that Sally House episode that he did on Haunting History.
Yeah.
I mean, he picked the right woman to be in there and talking about it. I just know when I went to that.
Was Ron wearing a wig again? No.
I know. I walked into that paranormal conference and they had me sitting there at this table, and I look across and there I am. I'm like, and it was all day long. I was like, crap. So it just made me laugh. But no, it's just your part in that. It made me laugh, and I was so happy to see you in there. And you know, a lot of other people may not have recognized you right off the bat, though. You know, but we were happy to see you there, and we watched it at the Ottawa Theater. That's, you know, about 30 miles from here, and so we got to watch it with, of course, both David and Josh, but Justin Spurrier and Rob Garcia. So they happened to be there, and then EVP, they were there, and some other people that you know, and I just can't remember their names right now.
There's a lot.
But there was quite a few people there that I know that you knew all of them.
Yeah, my Kansas City family.
Yeah, the thing is that, you know, Josh has got, I mean, it's funny, but Josh has his very own set of groupies, as does David.
They do, and that's a good thing. I mean, you know, I have my own set of success, but I'm watching people around me that I've hung out with or known that are just taking off, and it's awesome to see. People like Darren Evans. Now he's worked with Zach multiple times for Ghost Adventures.
Yep, 3
times. You got Justin Spurrier. Justin Spurrier was there during that whole Halloween event.
I know. I saw that.
He wasn't on TV, but I mean, his stuff's taken off. Josh, I mean, he's all over the place.
Well, in a good
going
way.
on and on.
I'm kidding.
What did Justin do down there?
He was more of the ITC specialist, I think. So he was down. From what he told me, he was downstairs in the basement most of the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what exactly he was doing, but he was there while all that shenanigans was going on.
Yeah, we were hoping to see him, but
yeah, we watched it pretty much live. We tried to watch it live that night on a very little bit of a delay because, you know, Ron can't handle commercials. But I told him, I said, Ron, you know, Justin's gonna be there, and like we got to watch, and because he's one of the closest paranormal investigators to us. There's not very many. Well, it's not very far away, the Garnett House and the 1904 church. So we were watching it, waiting to see him, and it was just so disappointing that that him and a lot of other people never even got seen.
Yeah, but I'm sure.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
Oh, that's why I told Ron.
It was a big mess too.
Oh yeah, I'd have went in a heartbeat. If they asked me to go, no matter how much I felt about his 4-inch heels, you pay for me to go to Vegas, I'm going.
Yeah.
I might have had to say something.
Well, but
Seriously,
Teresa,
dude, I don't even wear heels.
But Teresa, I got one thing going for me in Vegas. My granddaughter's there.
Oh, there you go.
See,
I do want to go out there and check out the museum. I don't care what people say about
Hell
it.
no.
I want to go check out the museum.
You know what's probably there, Rick? You know what's probably
What's
there,
that?
right? That bear that they took from the Sally house.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron took the teddy bear. The one on, did you watch the Sally House episode? The teddy bear that spun?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing come up missing with Denise's teddy bear. It was gone after that night.
Yeah, it was gone.
Wow.
So, yep.
I tell you, I got to get back to the Sally House because I bet you Paul misses me.
We're supposed to go. You're supposed to go there.
Hey, Rick, I got some things I need to tell you. I got so many things I got to tell you that I cannot tell you until...
Got some splaining to do.
Yeah, I got some splaining to do. So don't drive back here just for that.
Yeah, don't rush up there too quick.
Yeah.
All righty then.
Is Paul next to me?
Hey, Rick, I'll give you a hint. If you take your Echo box in there, you won't get a thing now.
No cussing.
Nothing.
It won't cuss at you.
Huh.
Yeah.
So,
weird.
Yeah, it's weird. But we'll tell you all about it some other time when you haven't worked a 13-hour day and had Gatorade balls. So,
Gatorade balls. Yeah, that was a bad time.
was it blue Gatorade?
I never thought I could nut check myself. You should have seen me walking around my hands on my hips, like trying not, because I was in the middle of a corporate headquarters. There's people all around me, so I was hoping they didn't see it, and I was walking around my hands on my hips like I was just looking around, and inside I'm freaking out because it hurt.
Kind of like Willie.
I'd almost take money to see that.
Kind of like Willie Robertson when he's trying not to cuss outside.
Yeah. Well, see, what happened was I got in a hurry because I was an hour behind schedule already, and I was trying to push through, and I was trying to get the Gatorade thing quick. The one slipped out of my hand, so as it was falling towards the ground, I went to grab it with my hands, and it bounced off my hand. Then as it bounced off my hand, it hit the dolly handle, and it shot it back at me, and it hit me square, and then it hit the ground, and then I stood there, and I was like, that didn't hurt. No, it didn't. And I started to walk around, and it started to hit. And I was like, oh, God. And I was like trying to breathe and everything.
Retraining, sir.
Yeah.
Arm training, sir. So you're talking a pitch a couple octaves higher tonight than you were earlier. Okay.
It was bad.
I have a question for you in the chat room, and hopefully it only take you 4 minutes to answer. Says, ask Rick about the birthday wish I did for him at the theater, per David Glidden.
So I'm trying to remember the birthday wish.
Was it something at our theater?
No, it was at a theater that he was showing. It's a light. Did he have them all sing Happy Birthday? Was that one?
He doesn't say.
I think it was the time he had everybody sing Happy Birthday to me over live. I think that was him.
That probably was him.
Yeah.
But it wasn't when I was with him, so.
Yeah, it was. Because I remember I remember somebody singing "Happy Birthday" to me over live for a show because I happened to tune in, and there was a whole freaking audience.
You just happened to tune in on David Glidden.
Yeah.
Just happened to.
Happened to.
I always tune in on David Glidden when he's live.
I'm always there too. I'm always lurking.
Well, somebody's got to give him crap because I'm not there to do it.
So Josh Hurd gets all worried when I comment on his stuff now because anytime he's doing a broadcast, I got to pop in and ask the one stupid question about aliens probing him or something.
Oh, this is the video we made with Glidden?
Yeah.
We've got UFO Joe here, so.
Have you seen the Rednecks Revenge video?
I think I did.
The one where I get probed?
Yes, I did.
That was all David Glidden's outfit. He brought that to Ashmore. So that's what you missed, Denise. You missed me running around in an alien outfit.
I would like to say for the record that I did participate in that video. I had a great time. It was a wonderful time, but it was all Rick and David's idea.
Yeah, and see, the thing is wasn't this during the Ash Bash stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
See, we would have been involved if I could have damn sight been there.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Rob and Terry thrown in the Mission Machine, the Scooby-Doo outfit. We couldn't pass it up. Had to do it.
Oh, yeah.
I scared the living heck out of Rachel Marie Booth. I come around the corner in that alien outfit, and she about freaked.
You probably made her age at least a little bit because I was telling somebody the other day, I said, she only looks like she's about 14 years old. She's
right.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
Now she's about 17.
Yeah. She is so cute. But yeah, see, I told Ron, I said I felt bad for missing all of it, but again, you know what? That'll just make next year all that more sweet when I do come.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
one of our ideas we put out there, Robin's already working on that new thing to do out there next year.
well, I tell you,
Oh, yeah.
did you guys camp out there or did you guys stay at a hotel?
Oh, no.
No, Teresa don't camp.
Oh.
I was glamp, but not camp.
Well, the thing about camping, well, that's right. If we stay at a hotel, we can bring moonshine. If we stay out there, we can't. See, I got this figured out, don't I?
Moonshine?
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Jay, Renee is in the chat room, and she said to ask you about making the baby cry.
Oh my God! I didn't make the baby cry. That was all John's fault.
Yeah, so Jay come around the corner and scared the living crap out of this little baby.
I did not. The baby came to me, and I was a complete stranger to get away from you.
That baby
It was
started
his
screaming.
grandfather's fault. Papa was holding him, and I came around the corner. Oh, watch out! Watch out! Watch out! And the baby went, oh, because Papa said that.
Okay.
It was not.
You know
Oh
what?
hell!
We're gonna have to stop this because I got to go to commercial break, and you guys can fight about who made the baby cry on break. So you guys come back to us. You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. We're talking to Rick Rose and the Peanut Gallery at Jay Lynch's house. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio, broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Pride. This is Denise Pridemore, your hostess. We're talking to Richard Rose and his special guests, Jay and Teresa.
The paranormal badass, Jay Lynch.
And of course, Ron Pridemore is also here at my house. And we're all, who? Ruh-roh. And we're all having a good old time. So,
Here.
Yeah. Jack?
That's
Jack?
next week.
Yeah, Jack's next week. Right, David? David knows who Jack is. And so that is an inside joke with David. But if you saw the video, you might know what we're talking about. So Rick, so how do you interview your friends? Because I'm finding out that, hearing that this poor man, or this man made a poor baby cry. So you don't interview your friends very well?
Well, I mean, Papaw Jay kind of does that. So
Jay ain't no damn Papaw. I'm still here being nice. I've been nice so far this entire time. Don't start me now. I've been drinking.
we pregame for your show, Denise. So we figured the second hour might get good.
Well, I can just see you there now. Jay's in his overalls with one strap undone, and you're sitting there.
Only one?
I'm thinking just one. I'm hoping just one, because if it's two,
that's what I told everybody else about.
What we were told not to talk about.
Right?
That's why I was telling everybody about me wearing Bib's overalls. You're only 2 buttons away from paradise, baby.
And see, and you guys think I don't pay attention to what's going on out there. Just because I don't say anything doesn't mean I didn't see it.
See, that's what I do. I don't say a whole lot on anybody else's page because I say so much stuff that gets other people mad that I don't want to cause any problems for anybody but Rick. Well, and Teresa. I cause her a lot of problems on her Facebook page a lot.
You do.
Yeah,
And it's usually it's us being us that starts stuff.
Well, it's like at one time, I posted on her page about her being a witch, and somebody she went to school with putting all capital letters, Jesus is the answer. Of course, me being the asshole that I am, I put on her, I didn't ask a question. I got mad.
So it was somebody that I graduated high school with that was really religious now.
So, but they put it in all capital letters, which made me mad. They just said Jesus is the answer. I'd have let it go. They put it in all capital letters like they were screaming at me. So I put it back in all capital letters. And I didn't ask an effing question. And they got mad at Teresa and unfriended her over me.
Not that I was all that upset about it.
Oh, well. So, Teresa,
Right.
I saw that you just went back to work.
Thank God she didn't do nothing around her but get me. I love you.
Yeah, I did just go back.
I was assuming that she was that she had to take short-term disability because she beat the living crap out of you because you're just having.
That's actually what happened to my knee. Is it got hurt while I was putting my foot up Jay's ass.
Hey, you broke it up.
I'm psychic like that.
You
Right?
broken enough things to me. We need to talk about how we break things.
Well,
Anyways, how about those Patriots?
Well, I'm glad to see that you're feeling better enough to go back to work and get out of the house and away from the stressful things from there.
Right? Thank
She
you.
can't get away. We've got enough of this area covered that if she gets out of the house, I corner her down at the other end.
No, I have to pass Rick's house to get away.
So Jake gives me the call, says we got a squirter, and that means a runner.
The thing is,
She's so moist.
there's so many things to say right now. There's so many things. Don't say it. Cat Hoskins will kill me if I say that out loud on air.
No, a squirter means a runner.
Don't say it.
Say it like that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Anyways,
so we're gonna turn this around a little bit. So,
All right. Thank you.
So what is going to be
Turning
you guys' next paranormal investigation?
December 8th, we're doing Collingwood Arts Center, the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Presents. The Collingwood Arts Center up in Toledo, Ohio. We'll be with up there with our brother Jason Schneider and Tower Paranormal and Lake Area Paranormal. We'll be helping them out. They've asked us to come up there and help them. And last year they was able to sponsor 5 families. They bought all the gifts and their Christmas dinners. So this year hoping to double that. That's mainly most of the events. Every event we do, we volunteer at just about.
We're charities. That's all we do.
We help with any charity event that we can help with, no matter where it's at. So, and this one they asked us to help out with, and it's for such a good cause to help out families for the holidays and things. So, of course, we jumped all over it. As long as Teresa's car's back up and working.
If it isn't, we got mine. We'll make it.
Well,
up there, so
I know Rick, regardless of him saying earlier that he's that people think he's a asshole. I know that he's got a heart of gold, and that he'll do anything for anybody who needs help, because I've seen him do it.
yeah,
I know.
With me.
Well, that's different. But Jay, but Jay, he did move all the way back from South Carolina for you.
Oh, he moved hell. I went and got him and brought him back.
Yeah.
I had no choice.
But he did it for you. So
that's true.
He let you. As Ron said, he let you pick him up and bring him back.
We did it for each other, because that first year that we were together, before he moved down there, it was absolutely. We met Labor Day or Memorial Weekend. We met Memorial Weekend, and within 5 months,
July 4th weekend, we were.
July 4th weekend. Yeah, July 4th weekend. That year we did Mansfield Reformatory, a private investigation, Ashmore Estates. Within 3 days, we did 3 investigations. We did 17 investigations within the last 2 years together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just been an absolute whirlwind, and we're always on the go, and I love it. That's.
But it's fun.
Yeah, that's one thing we got to say. We do make it a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it. When we was at Hellsbar Dam, they said that was not only was one of their biggest nights, but it was also one of their funnest nights that they've had there. That the difference in the way that we investigate compared to everybody else, we bring a lot of humor to it. Now, when we're investigating, we're very, 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 very serious. But we call it the Monsters Inc. theory. You get, if you go looking for negative, you'll find negative. If you put out positive, you also get positive, and you get a lot of activity to it, a lot of responses to it, and we thrive on that.
I will tell you one thing. When we do come up there, I'll bring the paperwork so I can sign him over to you guys, so that you guys can adopt him. And
bull crap! If you guys do come up here, I get a food bill for you.
Right?
Food and beer bill.
Nope. You let him in.
Sign those rights over quick.
You let him in. He's yours.
He's been mine for 2 years now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I really wouldn't.
No.
Close your ears, Rick.
Not let him go. He is, like I said.
Nah, we miss Rick.
We miss him a lot, and we owe him wine. And
yeah,
like I said,
homemade wine.
Yeah, we make wine, and we know.
You just got Teresa's attention.
You got what?
Hello.
Yeah, Teresa's attention. You said homemade wine. Teresa went, huh?
Hello.
Wine?
Wine? Yes. Nice sweet wine, and
I love sweet wine.
And lots of moonshine. And
moonshine.
Moonshine.
Hello.
Yeah, and all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah, now that you guys, now that he's there, we'll make sure that we find a way to come up and see you guys on one of our distillery runs. So,
but you understand, those roads run both ways, and we're looking to come out that way. Rick's supposed to be planning a trip that way to come out all through that area. The one place you said you won't go back to, Villisca. He says he won't go back there, but that's one of the places I know we're going to hit with Paranormal Mysteries with Jason Schneider and Teresa and myself and Rick. That we
if he needs a nerve center out in the barn out back, I'll sit out there and watch cameras all night.
No, you're going inside. So it's
just don't go in and do what you did.
I understand why he doesn't want to go back there, and because we met right after all that. And
yeah, it was close to that.
It was very, very, very traumatic for him. at the Villisca Axe Murder House, and he knows our
So you
connection
got-
to the Villisca Axe Murder House. And
Yeah.
But on that token, what I got to say to that is that he's matured as an investigator. He was so young as an investigator then, and so raw, and his attitude, his demeanor, his temperament, his whole approach to investigating has changed since then. And
He's changed over the last 2 years.
to go back is what he needs to do. He needs to go back and confront that, and because he's going to confront it in a whole different manner now, and things could be completely different.
You have investigators that go in and they do stuff, and everybody talks about how they got their humble pie served to them.
I have
Most investigators besides Jay has had the humble pie served to them. Mine was that night, that May night of 2000, I think 13 or 14.
I remember when else you did. I don't go with my sack baggins out and my guns ablazing and all that. I don't do that.
We started off. So what happened was that whole night it started off easy. We was talking to the kids, and then all of a sudden we had a guy's voice coming through that was threatening us, and I stood up to him. I didn't go in provoking right away. I've never done that in investigation.
No, not provoking. I would never accuse you of provoking. But you have a tendency to that you used to, and you're getting better about it now. That when something confronts you, you stub up and you get that I'm bullshit. You're not going to talk to me that way, and you get that attitude. Where sometimes that attitude is not what you need. If you was in a prison, yes. If you're in another environment, then that can be intimidating and also considered to be antagonizing, not provoking, but antagonizing. And if it's a true essence of the human spirit, if you antagonize me while we're having a discussion, I'm going to get stubborn too, and I'm going to pop back up also. I'm going to puff my Mickey Mouse chest up. I'm going to get all banner and everything else. So it's a matter of not provoking, but antagonizing one another. And each level goes to another level, and it gets to the bad. Exactly. Did I just sound that intelligent stuff? I shut up now.
well, I
So
just
it did, and that's what happened.
well with Rick, it's not that he means to be. Sometimes he's antagonizing without meaning to be. It's just
But that's Rick's personality.
Right, it's his nature. And somebody who doesn't know.
Denise, let's get a laugh out of this, okay? You know my ex called me insecure.
What?
Anybody that's met me, knows that I'm.
You're not insecure. You're sarcastic. You're a pain in the rear.
No.
He is smart-assed.
That's what I'm gonna get that word. I'm gonna get that word in the dictionary. To me, I refer to Rick and myself and several other people as being smartastic. They're sarcastic smartasses, so we're smartastic.
Yeah, that's me.
I found it funny because like anybody that's met me knows that
You're so insecure.
I don't care.
Am I erect? Can I call you insecure?
See, are you erect?
Again, stuff we're not supposed to be talking about. And again,
I hate you.
See, the thing is
don't worry.
What's bad is you get me around Rick or David, we find out that Denise is more along those lines than the lines that most people usually hear me being very, very proper. And now people are hearing that I'm not as proper as they usually hear me.
Wait a minute, you got Jay and Rick there, you have proper.
Well, one of the questions we have in chat for you is, when you guys go to Villisca, are you guys going to stop by Malvern? And I know Rick's question or answer is
I put it there.
Yeah. So here's the thing I want to do, the Midwest tour, basically, but not Charles Bake-esque. Exactly. I did that now. I want to do Malvern Manor. I want to do the Sally House. I want to take them so they can at least smell that house. Because Denise, you can't tell me that house doesn't have a distinct smell to it.
The smell's gone. The bugs
gone.
Wasps are gone.
Yeah, the bugs are gone.
Oh wow! It just had and the weird green carpet to it. It just like why did you pick this green carpet? Anyways, then I want to do the 1858 Garnett House, and then the church
down the road.
Yeah, so that's I want to hit all those up in like 3 days.
Longer than that.
Are you familiar with the Beatty Mansion in St. Joe?
The Beatty Mansion.
I've heard of it. Yes.
Yeah, that's fairly new.
You know that the Bliska expert. Oh, guess what? We're up for a break. So I am going to tell everybody this is going to be a 5-minute news break. So this is the time for you guys to go get your hot chocolate, your hot toddy, your bourbon, whatever it is you need. Set it in case you need one. You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. And for Teresa, get a baseball bat. You're going to need one. And we'll be back with Rose and the Lynches in just a few minutes.
Going.
NPR podcasts are now available on every major platform. Check out all our shows at npr.org/podcasts. That's npr.org/podcasts.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack Speer. The CIA has determined that Saudi Arabia's crown prince ordered the killing of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. As NPR's Ryan Lucas reports, Saudi Arabia is denying the findings.
A CIA assessment has concluded that the Saudi crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, ordered Khashoggi's killing. That's according to an individual briefed on the matter. The CIA has not commented on its finding, which was first reported by the Washington Post. The Saudi embassy in Washington calls the assessment's conclusion false. The State Department, meanwhile, says reports that the U.S. government has made a final conclusion are inaccurate. President Trump spoke with CIA Director Gina Haspel over the weekend. The president says he's waiting for a report Tuesday on Khashoggi's killing. Ryan Lucas, NPR News, Washington.
At least one person is dead. Several others were wounded today following a shooting at a Chicago hospital. The gunfire erupted at Mercy Hospital on the city's south side. Details are still coming in, but witnesses reported hearing shots fired outside the hospital and possibly inside. Tracy Lyons, a woman at the scene, describes what she saw.
It appears that the person, whoever was shooting, retreated in the building. So that's why we was like in a hostage situation. It was you had to lock yourself in. The security officer came around today and said, you got to get down. You got to get down here in the building.
Still not clear what prompted the shooting. Police say the suspected gunman is dead and an officer is said to be among those wounded. Officials have said the hospital is secure and patients are safe. A major development at Japanese automaker Nissan. Its chairman, Carlos Ghosn, has been arrested and will be fired for allegedly underreporting income and misuse of company funds. The company says Ghosn, one of the most powerful figures in the global automobile business, was detained when he arrived in Japan today. The company says the alleged violations involving Ghosn and another executive came to light after a months-long investigation prompted by a whistleblower. The 64-year-old Ghosn and the other executive are accused of offenses involving millions of dollars. Technology stocks continue to lose ground today, helping to send the market lower. NPR's Jim Zarroli reports the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell another 1.5%.
The market was down for much of the day. At one point, the Dow lost some 500 points. Technology companies once again led the way down, and the NASDAQ Composite Index, which is heavily weighted toward technology companies, lost 2.7% of its value. Companies such as Facebook and Apple have been dropping for much of the past few weeks because of concerns about their earnings, and that has spread throughout the market as a whole. The drop came after this weekend's Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, which highlighted tensions over trade between China and the United States. Jim Zarroli, NPR News, New York.
Checking the numbers, the Dow lost 395 points today to end the session at 25,017. The Nasdaq fell 219 points. The S&P 500 lost 45 points. This is NPR. Prosecutors in Manhattan appear to be pushing back against efforts by attorneys representing producer Harvey Weinstein to have sexual assault charges against their client dismissed. Prosecutors say the case should proceed. That's despite the recent dismissal of one charge against Weinstein amid allegations of witness coaching in the case. Weinstein was originally charged with assaulting 3 women, but a count involving 1 woman was dismissed after prosecutors disclosed allegations a detective had told a witness to suppress doubts about whether an alleged encounter was consensual. Weinstein's lawyers say as a result that the entire case should be thrown out. A big change for the next White House Correspondents' Dinner, the annual Washington Gala where politicians and the media mix. Organizers have announced a historian will replace a comedian. as the entertainer. NPR's Elizabeth Blair has more.
For decades, big-name comedians have performed at the dinner. Richard Pryor, Conan O'Brien, Stephen Colbert. Last year, it was comedian Michelle Wolf. Her appearance was scorned by some news outlets, as well as President Trump. So this year, the association has invited best-selling author Ron Chernow. He won a Pulitzer for his biography of George Washington, and his book on Alexander Hamilton was the inspiration for the Broadway musical Hamilton. In a statement, Chernow says the White House Correspondents Association has asked him to make the case for the First Amendment, and that he's happy to oblige. On Twitter, Michelle Wolf said the decision is cowardly. Elizabeth Blair, NPR News, Washington.
Crude oil futures prices closed higher today. Oil was up 30 cents a barrel to end the session at $56.76 a barrel on the New York Mercantile Exchange. I'm Jack Spear, NPR News in Washington.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Pride. I hope everybody's having a great time tonight. I know I am. I wish I had drank a little bit like everybody else, but oh, I didn't.
We're all sober. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm drinking milk.
I didn't even get any water. I was busy talking to you guys during the break. So, but I'm gonna send somebody off to go get water. So,
Cassie, Ron.
Yeah, get it, Ron. Cassie asked in the chat room. She asked if the Sally House was one of your favorite places in the Kansas City area, right?
Kansas City area? Yeah. There's a lot of memories out of that place.
Well,
so that's what I always. I mean, there's great friends, great memories, great laughs. I mean, you think about it. We had some good times in there.
We did. We had a lot of fun. So, and like
I remember the one big laugh
there.
What's that?
We made so many friends there. Random people that we just met that we're still friends with today.
Mm-hmm.
So
you remember the lady coming down to the basement, looking at me and saying, "I don't believe in this crap." And then she looked at me with the ITC device. She's like, "If that thing's really true, it'll tell me what my daughter's name is." And that thing said her daughter's first and last name.
Oh, yeah.
She looked at me, her eyes got as big as about a softball, and she was running up the stairs.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Were you there the one time that this lady, Ron went and did walking tours with these people, and this lady brought her baby in the house, and she was going to go use her baby as a trigger object upstairs. And
a real baby or a baby doll?
Oh,
no,
real
baby. Real baby. His name was William.
Oh my God!
I've been there watching the kids play hide and seek with the kids there.
But the thing is Ron's in the basement with her, and I think you were there.
Yeah, I think you were.
And
she goes, "That thing really worked?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Let's ask a question." And she goes, "Okay, what's my baby's name?" And the echo box says Raquel. Well, I knew she had a little boy with her because we had a graveyard tour with her earlier. And I started laughing. I'm like, "No, you're wrong." And she goes, "Oh, no, it didn't." And it said Raquel again. I mean, crystal clear. And she goes running up the stairs. I'm like, surely she didn't name her baby boy Raquel. And come to find out, she did have a daughter at home named Raquel.
That was 10. The thing is just so you guys all know.
That's not a common name.
The thing is,
one thing.
She was in the basement with her friend. I had the baby upstairs. I wouldn't let her take the baby in the basement. I wouldn't let her take the baby upstairs and use it as a trigger object. I held the baby and told the stories while holding the baby down in the living room. So
I was trying to throw it in the hole downstairs. I'm totally kidding.
So,
but that should have never even came. They shouldn't have even brought a baby with them.
People do whatever they. I mean, yeah.
Well,
we've seen younger kids go through there.
Oh yeah, the kids are.
A lot of times, though, people go to these places and they go, "Well, I don't really believe it's haunted." So they bring their kids and they don't think anything of it, and then a lot of times, as Rick saw, the kids see stuff, and the kids are all ate up with the experience, and the parents are sitting there going, "Oh crap! Now what do I do?" And so we have to spend our time as tour guides counseling the children and the parents on the fact that the kids saw something and what to do and what not to do now. And
wow.
Or doing the whole, like, trying to explain to the kids that they seen something, but it wasn't what they thought it was. It was just something that happened. And
right. And in the chat room right now, Cassie's talking about that I was holding the baby during the tour when she met me. Same kind of situation. I figured it's better for me to hold the baby and keep the baby busy while the parents are out off doing whatever it is they're going to do.
I think that's when Carl and Gary were helping us. I think that was that year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we've had, I mean, it's happened in 6 years. It happened probably every year. We had something happen where we had somebody with a baby or a child would want to take the spirit home, and we'd have to explain to them. And it's not like it's unusual. It's not unusual. So, but
it's just with these people, especially when Ghostbusters had it on there, it kind of exploded into that, where people were just coming for that experience, and they didn't think about what they were doing. And the people got to realize, us as tour guides, we were just there as a tour guide. We didn't sell the tickets. The Chamber of Commerce was the one selling the tickets to them. So it's not like we were letting kids in. It was the Chamber of Commerce letting the kids in.
Wow.
Yep.
Did anybody from the Chamber of Commerce ever investigate?
No. They Angie, the lady that was the one that did it, she was afraid of that place.
So she would sell somebody tickets with kids, but wouldn't come herself.
She was terrified of that place.
No, she would
she wouldn't come in by herself.
No, she would send me, or she'd send somebody else to go in, and that was it. If she didn't have to go in there, she wouldn't.
She saw the second time ever in that house. She saw Dr. Finney coming down the stairs
and never went back by herself.
Didn't want anything to do with it.
Nope.
So that's the city of Atchison, which I give them credit. They live up to their haunted, their whole haunted thing. Because like you look at Leavenworth tries to hide it. All the surrounding cities don't want people to know that they're haunted. Atchison's like, hey, we're haunted. Come on in.
Yeah. In fact,
but it's a money
Cassie,
thing.
Yeah, it's money.
Cassie in the chat room, she lives in Leavenworth, and
I think she's trying to change that.
But I'll tell you, I know Rick believes the same thing I do. Leavenworth is probably more haunted than Atchison, but they just won't let anybody check anything out.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, we tried many times getting into places, and they would say, no, we don't want events here. But the museum in Leavenworth would call us when shit was going on. They said he'd call us freaking out because she would come in and she'd hear stuff being thrown upstairs. Come to find out, over the weekend, the lady's tea set was moved to the other room, and she wasn't happy about it. She was letting people know up there she wanted her tea set. So she was throwing stuff and making noises.
This is the Carroll Mansion?
Yeah, and then Becky would call us. I think it was Becky would call us, and we'd go in there and have to settle it all down and play the freaking middleman for the spirits and the humans.
Because I know when we investigated the Carroll Mansion, we were the first.
Talking about an apartment.
Oh, that was the apartment?
Yeah.
The Carroll Mansion, we were the first people to investigate that because we were friends with the people who.
Didn't he find out later there was a murder there?
Was that the apartment where there was a murder that you're talking about?
No, but if you're talking about the one I'm talking about, that murder, that was kind of freaky. That woman that moved in and had the brain matter still on the ceiling.
Oh yeah. That was weird.
Yeah, she called us in because she couldn't even leave her front door because there was like a dark mass that was holding her hostage. And she was terrified.
I believe that she ended up becoming an alcoholic because she was going to John's place a lot.
Yep. Yeah. And that's John's wife, Becky.
His liquor store's haunted. The barbershop next door's haunted. His basement. He took us down there and we had a whole bunch of stuff that he was telling us about. And do you know that they're doing tours of the underground now?
That's awesome. That underground is where I got my first ever gift from Spirit.
Yep. So they did tours there this year. It's just, of course, because of the mold, I couldn't go. But I'm hoping to go next year because John wanted me to go up there and talk to the lady because they needed a new medium. And he wanted me to go and talk to him because he figured I would be better than the one that they had. So.
Hey, Rick, tell everyone what happened to you when you were at Malvern by yourself.
Which one?
The first time you went.
Well, the one that really freaked you out.
The one where you were, where you got the wherewithal, where you got the pinned.
I got the what?
You got pinned to the wall.
Picked up.
Oh, where I got bum rushed. Yeah, that was actually while we were filming A Brush with Evil 2, towards the end of it, and we were in the Brush with Evil hallway, as they call it, between the two rooms where the guy used to cross the hallway and do the stuff to the other guy, and they were doing some kind of technique there. I can't remember what was happening, but my back was turned to everybody because I thought I heard something behind me, and I heard a couple of footsteps running towards me, and that's when I turned around to see what was happening. I felt something hit me in my chest, and I come up and backwards a couple inches off my feet, and it pushed me backwards, and I hit the ground, and I stood there, and I was like, what the heck just happened? And I started freaking out because I've never felt anything like it before.
I remember
that happened to our group one night.
That's what I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. That feeling that you have after that.
Yeah, in fact, there was one of them that's in the chat.
I remember the first time you went up there and you stayed. I think you were there, 3 days or so, and you were up there with the guy who was up there as he was staying in the building as caretaker. I don't think it was James. Yeah, Connor. And you came back because you were helping us with tours, but you said, "Hey, I can't do it this week. I'm going up here to this new place that they're trying to get open for tours."
Yep.
And nobody knew about this place yet. So when you came back,
it was brand new.
Oh yeah, you should have heard Rick. It was a mile a minute. He couldn't stop talking about it. Not only did we have him telling us about it, 2 weeks later, we had Steve Hayes telling us about that it felt like the building had been picked up and dropped.
Steve Hayes caught that on camera.
Yeah.
His whole family sitting there around all the meters, and they started going off. And it sounds like the whole house, like everything, picked up in the air and slammed down, sets off every freaking device around him, to the point where Steve stood up and grabbed his kids. He didn't know what was going on, and they all rushed out of the house.
Oh, wow.
And my first thought was, there has to be a quarry around. A quarry explosion. That would I lived around a quarry. It was right out of the house. Nothing around there. Nothing that would even explain. Nothing.
Yeah, and the train tracks are too far away to cause that.
For it to feel the way it does when that place is picked up and slammed down.
Does it happen often in there?
I've only had it, me and then Steve. That's all I know about.
Wow.
But I gave Steve, because that's what he was filming for True Ghost Stories, the TV show that was supposed to come out. So it's still coming out 5 years later. But they filmed an episode in there, and I gave him that gold nugget. I said, "Hey, this is a brand new place. You might want to get in there." I said, "I'm even letting you go in before I do." Steve was like the first group to ever go through and investigate it, and then I come in after him to clean it up.
It was, like I said, it was amazing listening to you guys, because right after that, I had Steve come and he helped me out on the weekend before Halloween, and they had a car accident a couple days before. Him and Alicia had been in a car accident, and they had come and helped us out, because apparently Malvern Manor has a tendency to give people bad luck as well.
Yes.
Same as Sally House has a tendency to, it doesn't have a tendency to give you bad luck. It has a tendency to break up relationships.
Oh,
but, we're lucky. I mean, in all honesty, we made relationships out of the Sally House, where a lot of people lost relationships because of it. So.
Well, I did. I lost, and that's one thing you warned us about, was how teams tend to fight and break up after they investigate there, and it happened with me and Cher, where she went off the deep end and started attacking me out of nowhere.
Yep, she's down in Ozark now, and she still doesn't talk to me because I'm still friends with you.
And I've spoken to her a few times on the phone, but it's still one of those things where she just, I mean, we had something going, and she got mad because Brad Kling approached me and didn't approach her. And that's what it all boiled down to.
I love Cher. She is one of the nicest people you ever want to meet, and I miss her.
I won't ever say a bad thing about her. She's one that got me started in the paranormal. She's the one that she had my back until after Sally House, and we had a falling out. It happens.
And like I said, that is a symptom of the Sally House. Very few people leave there with their relationships intact. Very few.
We're not going, Tracy.
Right?
So that's one of the places that, I mean, Joe Citrone, he left there. After he went there, all the people he went with, he doesn't know where any of those people are anymore.
Yeah.
So everyone, we got a break. Come back. We're going to be talking more to Rick Rose and the Peanut Gallery at the Lynch's house. We're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting. The best in paranormal talk radio.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Pride. I am talking to Richard Rose, Jay Lynch, and Teresa Lynch. And I have a question for Teresa. How the heck are you handling these guys?
I twitch a lot, and I break out in rashes occasionally from them.
Jay, you should.
Gonorrhea.
For you. Yeah, I'm actually glad that Rick moved that because now Jay has a playmate.
Keeps him out of your hair.
That sounds all kinds of wrong. We don't sit around on a couch and play with each other. occasionally.
Well, Jay and Teresa, do you guys have kids besides Rick?
We have a 19-year-old son.
Okay, so
Name Rick.
Name Rick.
Yeah, and Rick. Our 19-year-old just shakes his head and just walks off.
Oh, okay. Well, I hate to say this, but we have 4 daughters, and that's what they do. You know,
right.
We went to our granddaughter's second birthday party, and my daughter's in-laws started asking me questions about the paranormal, and both my daughters, my 2 oldest ones, all you could see was their eyes roll to the back of their head, and it's like, it's rude not to answer. You know? So believe me, I understand. So, but Teresa, what is your favorite place to investigate with these guys?
Favorite place.
Yeah, we may have fun everywhere we go. Even if we don't get a lot of activity, we have fun wherever we go.
The road trip there sometimes even more enjoyable than
that's true. That's true. Even though we were in separate vehicles going to Tennessee
and back
to Hell's Bar.
I saw that.
That was
Baby shark. Oh, God. Baby shark.
No, the baby's not here, so I don't have to listen to Baby Shark right now.
You just ruined somebody's night.
Oh.
Somebody out there in chat right now just closed on that broadcast.
Right?
Because you were like, Baby Shark did Baby Shark did. You do it.
You know, David knows that song too in heavy metal.
David loves that song.
Jay posted it in heavy metal.
Do you know my grandson? He sees that and he starts just smiling, but he likes 10 Little Fishes better. So now you need to learn a new song.
No,
10 Little Fishes.
No, we're stopping there.
10
Yeah,
Little Fishes.
We don't need.
Yep, 10 Little Fishes. Well, considering we're new grandparents, so for us, anything that makes the grandkids smile is it. But our granddaughter does all the hand movements. She's 2. So for the Baby Shark. So needless to say, I know them all.
My most recent ex, she had a 4-year-old. And the 4-year-old's favorite saying was, "Really, Rick?" And she'd roll her eyes. 4 years old, she'd give me that sass.
Well, you know what? She's probably been watching YouTube videos of people saying that. Really, Rick?
Yeah.
Right?
There's probably a few out there.
I'm sure she heard her mom say it several times.
Probably. And probably his grandmother, the spirit of his grandmother, is there rolling her eyes, because I can just see her now. Because she did it quite a few times in videos when she was on there with Rick, when he was making her go Facebook Live or Periscope.
Yeah,
Didn't she? Didn't she, Rick?
Oh, she hated that. She hated
I know she did. I saw her.
Technology about it.
Stop it, Jay. Stop it.
He's listening to the
He's looking up 10 Little Fishes.
Yep.
Oh God!
No, they can't do that because they might wipe out our video or our wipe out our broadcast.
I'm killing it now. She's a peach, Jay. Copyright infringement.
Yeah.
I'll get your copyright. But no, that's isn't it weird how like just one statement can ruin somebody's night? I mean, especially when you're like moist and they're like, "Whoa, I'm done."
Why is it like that word? Everybody hates that word moist.
I don't know.
Well, but that song there, you can do that in your next car ride, and you guys can have fun with that one. But I do remember seeing your video of the guys making fun of people on the way to Hale's Dam Bar, and having way too much fun.
Making fun of people or making fun of us?
Yeah.
I think they were making fun of people. And they were making fun of each other, too. Mostly Rick.
Well, I think we were making fun of the chicks because they were out there, like, talking about rocks and all kinds of
diamonds and crystals and jewels and oh, my.
And we didn't even talk about that stuff. Not once.
Whatever.
We really didn't. We knew you wouldn't believe us, but we really didn't.
Yeah, the car rides up to these places. Now imagine, because we did a 15-hour car ride?
Oh my God, New Orleans.
To New Orleans? Yeah.
Oh, for the.
I used to have a head full of hair. Yeah, when we went down in the first year.
Was that worth it? Was Haunted Bourbon
it
worth
it? It was worth hanging out with these guys, yeah.
Well, but you hang out with them all the time.
Yes.
It was, well, at that point, he lived in South Carolina.
Okay.
So he drove from South Carolina to our house, and then we drove 12 and a half, 13 hours down. Well, especially 13 and a half hours. I made it in 12 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
12 and a half, 12 hours, 45 minutes. On the way back, I made it in 11 and a half hours or a 13 and a half hour drive.
But being with these guys in New Orleans was fun. Jason and Jane Marie Yates.
And then Jason.
I'm going to tell you what.
Tina Marie.
I never thought I had love at first sight, but Tina Marie Ronan. No. I wonder if she's listening. But anyway, Jane Marie Yates, they're awesome. And these guys, you're seeing them everywhere
now.
They just filmed an episode of Ghost Adventures. They're on Paranormal Survivor. They've been on Haunted Case Files. I mean, these guys are just, it's another pair of our friends that are just taking off, and I love watching it.
Oh, I guess I haven't been paying attention.
Oh,
I
God,
see
yeah.
everything. I just don't pay attention to who people are.
Yeah, well, so Haunted Case Files, the new episode that premiered last night, that whole season, basically, it has Jane Marie Yates in it. It has my buddies from Fremont, Ohio in it, a place that I've investigated up there. It's just, I'm surrounded by all these people.
And our friends, Jeff Atkins and Todd Bonner, with
they're up there.
Detroit Paranormal are going to be on it.
Yeah, they're on Haunted Case Files. So, I mean, we're going to have to start giving hand jobs out.
Well, gotta pay for all that notoriety somehow.
I meant clapping.
I meant applause, you pervert.
Oh, jeez.
God, Lord.
So it's worth the trip to go to Haunted Bourbon. Is there?
It was worth the trip to be with the friends.
Worth the trip for friendship and to see New Orleans the way we did.
Is that the most political question?
I hope you're able to read between the lines on this.
I am.
Okay.
But meeting Jane Marie Yates, yeah. So we would have never been able to meet them if it wasn't for being down there. So that's a positive to take out of it. I got to spend a night with Jason Snyder on Haunted Bourbon. Whew, we got so drunk. But
oh yeah, I know.
I gave you guys my absence.
I saw some videos of you drinking
very
early in the day, and by the end of the evening,
By the way,
I remember hearing.
What does this mean by drinking very early in the day? Is there a time limit when you can drink?
I think it was about 11 o'clock. But
so you're not allowed to have beer for breakfast?
But it was at least noon Eastern time. So
that's all that matters. Right?
No. And in World Wars of Jimmy Buffett and Alan Jackson, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Kat says you can't drink all day if you don't start early in the morning.
Exactly. Kat, I love you. I love you, Kat. That's my thing.
But again, how can you practice table tipping if you can't tip the tables when you're drinking?
I'll tip it. I'll tip it because I'm leaning on it.
Right.
I'll tip everything but the bartender and waitress.
But no, and that's another thing Sharon kind of turned me on to was table tipping.
Oh, I know. I remember.
That's cool.
I remember you guys invited us up to do that, and then I think it snowed or something, and we couldn't come up.
Yeah.
So, because you know me, I don't do snow.
Some fun times.
So, Carl Albertson in the chat room wants to know if there's any new equipment or experiments that we use.
There is nothing off the table with us. Not just new equipment. We use old school too.
Ouija boards?
We use Ouija boards. We use whatever. I mean, it's just what?
Sorry.
What was that?
Ouija boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Rick will do anything to have a paranormal experience.
It's nothing's off the board with me. I mean, I've even tried the night that I did a YouTube where I tried to summon the succubus and I got an incubus, and it hurt.
It was just confused.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it is 2018.
Rick will even watch videos with the spirits. I'm not telling you what kind of videos, but he watched videos at the Sally house trying to get spirits to come out. So that's probably why the incubus came out.
Isolation session.
Isolation sessions. And you know what? I'd never thought about doing an isolation session film. I brushed with even 1 and 2.
So when you guys did experiments, what type of experiments have you guys done? Just go ahead.
Okay. So just go ahead.
We've done just about anything. We've used the Ouija board. We've done isolation sessions. We've
yeah, we got your hot chocolate, baby girl.
Woo!
Yeah, and everybody else can.
You scale my back.
So when you guys experiments are you guys doing?
So if you guys would have, I'm sorry, we can't just brush this off like it didn't happen.
No, it's funny.
You should have seen my face when I heard that other voice. I was like, did you guys hear that?
We're haunted.
The thing is, only we can hear that. Nobody in radio land hears that. It's only us.
We're having fun with this.
Nobody heard that, so that's why I'm saying just keep.
We heard it.
Oh, that's funny.
So, but anyway,
we can't be professionals.
We are nowhere near professionals. We're Rick and Alexa. But
how about freaking out about the new voice that I'm hearing?
But that's okay. We're all gonna have.
Ours cold beer, huh? Ours cold beer, huh?
What were we talking about? Oh,
I have no clue.
New technology and experiments. And we don't use hot chocolate. So.
No, we don't use hot chocolate.
Okay.
But I will take a shower with you. No. But I don't know. We actually. We've actually got some people working.
Guests to hear both sides of this. If someday they can hear everything that's going on, they would go, "Oh my God! Now I know why Denise and Kat and everybody else just laugh so much, because all sides of this are totally different than what we're hearing on our side."
We're having some fun with it. It's Rick's fault. Sorry.
It is.
I want squirrel.
Yes, just so everybody knows, the producer of the show, she did some physical therapy today, and we can hear her. She's talking in our ears, so you guys can't hear her, but she had physical therapy today, and her medication has kicked in, and we can all hear her, but nobody else can. So we have a spirit in our ears.
Rick can.
So Rick thought that he was hearing a spirit talk.
I hear voices.
There was a random voice that come across. I was like, "You guys hear this? Am I losing my mind right now?"
Yes. Yes, you are.
It was Cat's voice, but I was like,
right. And then here I am. I still keep talking like there's nothing going on, and Rick's going, "What the heck is going on with me?"
That just confused me even more.
Denise, if you could have only seen the look on his face. I'm the only one following in chat.
Because I know what's going on. So I hope everybody is enjoying this.
Denise hears it too, but she doesn't want to acknowledge it. Okay.
So, and poor Kat, she's over here going, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah, she doesn't care. It's all good.
Bring my damn hot cocoa.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, hopefully David gets her hot cocoa and her back rub, so we'll all be happy.
Right.
Oh, somebody needs a back rub? I'm on the way.
Where's that back scratch for that?
So.
But yeah, so we basically we've been actually trying some of the old school techniques, because the thing that we even brought up in a Brush with Evil too was people are spending way too much money on equipment. and stuff that just goes flashy and makes a lot of loud noises and bright colors and everything. You got to get back to the basics sometimes, and that's what we're trying to do.
That's what we are doing. We actually got some people in the process of building some equipment for us. I'm in talks with a couple different people for some new designs and some things, and it's actually taking some of the old school stuff, like Rick said, and put a little bit of using the more modern technology as far as resistors, diodes, capacitors, all that thing, because a lot of it didn't exist back then. But we're getting completely away from all the reverb and echo and flashy and blingy, because it really doesn't prove anything yet. We've not even established the very basis of what we're doing. So how can we sit there and build all this equipment confirming what we're experiencing when we don't even know what the hell we're experiencing? So we're willing to take it more back to the more basic and more primal state of what's going on with the paranormal.
Right. And a lot of people are discounting their own feelings because the equipment's telling them that nothing's happening, or the equipment is telling them something's happening. You know?
Well, that's something we're very adamant about. Teresa, with her gifts and stuff, and we work with several other people like Tina Perez-Duchesne and Scotty Rourke. I just keep naming people that we are blessed that wants to work with us and stuff. But we're firm believers that we use our equipment to validate, or not to discredit what these people are saying, but to validate what they're saying. And we'll go in and we'll take baseline readings with things and stuff. And we try to use things that are calibrated or things that have digital readout to them. So that way you have an accuracy reading. A lot of people will go with their K2 meter, and we prefer to use a millimeter, because a millimeter would say within the instructions, if you ever read them, as a plus or minus 0.2. So that means you have a 0.4 fluctuation, and it's still within their normal range. Where you don't get that digital reading with the other pieces of equipment. And we want things that's got an actual true digital reading, so we can actually graph it out and keep a track of what's happening and how it's fluctuating. And then when Teresa or Scotty or whoever goes in there with us and stuff, when they say they're feeling something in an area where we didn't have any readings at, then we go over and get a reading at the same time they're claiming these things. We now have validation of it. We also have a base standard reading of that room, and it's graphed out and it's logged down. It's keeping that data that you got to do. That's part of this investigation, and it confirms what you guys are feeling, like Denise, with your abilities and stuff. It gives us confirmation of what you're saying and what you're feeling, because if we graph the room out, we know what's going on in that room.
Well, I agree 100%. So everybody, we're at our last break. So go get your drink, go to the restroom. And just so everybody knows, she's got her hot chocolate. She's all happy over there. So BHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. And we will be right back with Rick Rose and Jay Lynch and Teresa Lynch in just a few minutes. So come on back. Now.
Listening to WBHM, Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experienced Radio, broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Pride, and I'm Denise, and I might still have Rick and Jay and Teresa there, because they got awful damn quiet all of a sudden.
Hello.
So
is it
Rick
me
knows.
you're looking for?
Look at my eyes when you sing that.
And don't sing that. That's copyrighted. You might get us in trouble. Just so you guys know, you can tell if you've listened to any of this, you can tell that Rick, Jay, and Teresa have a very special relationship. But I also have a very special relationship also with Rick. And if you're hearing any growling in the background, don't worry about that. That's our cat. She's snoring. And she's right next to my mic.
I told you, Sonic. I told you.
Well, we got 5 cats, so you're bound to have somebody. Well, you're just be happy they're not all 5 snoring. They're all 5 sleeping. No, 4. So just be aware. It's nothing bad. So Rick,
I've got 3, and only one is sleeping at this time.
The other one's licking himself.
Anyone's phone to Rick?
I wish I could lick myself like that.
Again, stuff you told us not to talk about.
Right?
He said in the beginning of the show, is there anything you don't want us to talk about? And he told me what he didn't want to talk about. And he keeps bringing it up. So it's going to be...
I said hemorrhoids.
Well, this could lead to that. So...
Have you never listened to me and Rick when we do Ramblings of a Maniac podcast?
Actually, no. You want to know?
Good.
Well, I did listen to one of the first ones when he was doing it with someone else. And it got...
Yeah, the guy that couldn't show up.
We're not going to talk about that. We can talk
The guy
about
that Jay
that.
replaced?
Huh?
The guy that Jay replaced?
Yes. But the thing is it got very raunchy, and instead of getting pissed off at Rick, I just figured I just wouldn't listen and not get mad. So
yeah, we're being hay on here tonight. If you guys ever want to listen to it, just we'll be starting up again soon. That's part of what we got coming up the next year. Yep. Besides all the filming and everything else, we are going back live. We are going back live on Z Talk Radio. We will be doing Ramblings of a Maniac podcast. Teresa and I will be doing Sit Chat with Lentas. Jason Snyder will be joining us on Ramblings. So we got a whole bunch of stuff coming up.
You saw that, didn't you?
I saw it.
What?
There was this great big huge ball of light. Oh, you did?
James got a flashlight. He's messing with us.
Oh, okay. So you guys
we're on edge, all right? We've already hit Spirit asking for hot chocolate and back rubs and showers.
And so now you have twerps as well?
Oh, my God. You guys are so easy to mess with. I love it.
We just seen it for a while. But, yeah. So you gotta basically say your prayers because Scotty Rourke basically said, yeah, you will have Rick and Jay on.
There's not too many networks that would do that.
Yeah.
So this was your test. So I was your test show for that, or testee show, and
we're being on our best behavior tonight.
Yeah,
this is your best behavior. What in the hell?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're doing very good tonight with Ramblings of a Maniac. For anybody that's never listened to it, they are still out there on Facebook. They're also back on Twitch TV. You can go back and check them. You can also go back and find them on Google Play and iTunes. Some old episodes, but there is absolutely nothing, pretty much nothing off limits with us. Rick's favorite thing about the show is trying to find a topic that absolutely just makes me mad.
I try to trigger Jay weekly when we do it.
Oh, okay. Well, is it hard to find something that makes him mad?
Not really.
It's not that it makes him mad. It just sets him off.
Ramble.
Irritates him, so he goes on tangents.
Oh, okay. So it could be something as bad as they didn't plow the snow on your street this week.
Or it could be like a lady posted on Facebook the other day.
Oh God, here we go. Don't do it.
That she was calling the police.
Oh my God, don't start with this.
Because her neighbor, who happened to be a male, shoveled her driveway without asking her permission.
So she called 911.
911 and is pressing charges on him.
For him trespassing on her yard.
Because he helped her.
Because
Right.
he was nice. That's the thing that they bring up and see. So what's your opinion on this? I'm like, don't go there. Like, no, really, what do you think about this? I'm like, don't go there. And they keep pushing me until I actually give my opinion. And it's always, I do not believe in politically correctness. I do not believe in holding back. I think if you got something to say it. If somebody doesn't like it, then I'll take the consequences of it. I have no problem with that. I do not ever try to be disrespectful to anybody. I never put down anybody by race, gender, nothing like that. That's something I don't believe in. But I also don't believe that somebody like that is able to put up their stupidity. Then I'm able to respond to it in the way that I feel appropriate. They was allowed to do what they wanted to do. Why am I not allowed to respond to it without being derogatory towards them as an individual? That's something I won't do.
I don't get that. Somebody wants to come and shovel my driveway? Thank you. Do it.
Right.
Because I have to shovel my to do my road.
The police actually went over and apologized to her neighbor, said that they had to check in with him because she made a complaint, went back to her and told her that they was going to charge her with a misdemeanor for improper use of 911. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so she got more trouble than what he did. But it's just the same, and it's just absolutely ridiculous, the stupidity of people like this. And they bring those things to my attention, and I can't help myself. They ask me what my opinion is, and I give it. And I usually get in trouble for it, but I stand by what I say.
So that's like a 2-minute introduction into Ramblings of a Maniac. They usually last about an hour.
Yeah, because it usually
it serves about an hour.
It usually really triggers him.
Well, it's not the whole time of me complaining. That's not true, you liars.
Well, Cassie says, please come mow her grass, shovel my snow, and if you feel inclined, you can clean my gutters too. She goes, I'll bake cookies.
Hey, I just got new gutters yesterday. Please keep your mind out of them.
I know.
So
nobody plays in my gutters.
The thing is Rick's mind is already in those gutters right now. That's the best.
Right?
Because that's where Rick's mind is.
Nobody plays in my gutters.
So, hey, Rick, I do have a question for you. That little girl that was in the hospital, how is she doing?
She's doing good. She was released she was released.
Yeah.
But she's doing good as far as I know.
Good. She's still in my prayers.
Yeah, she is. She's a great little girl. She's still my little princess. But
she's a very sweet little girl.
She's the one that always says, really, Rick? But unfortunately, things didn't work out with me and her mother. So
that doesn't matter. This little girl. And I thought it was cute what the police and the ambulance drivers did for the kids. Mm-hmm. Went out there and put on all the lights for all the kids and stuff. And
that's their way of saying goodnight to the kids and all the kids in the hospital. They do it right out there in the main foyer where every kid can look out the window and see the sparklers and the lights and the sirens and the flashlights and everything. And they go on for a good 20, 25 minutes.
They do that every night?
I think it's every night.
Oh, wow.
It's a way for them to tell the kids goodnight and give them hope. It's something to look forward to.
Well, that was amazing. I mean, I was in a children's hospital myself when I was a kid, and they never did anything all that fun. All they did was give me food that tasted nasty that I can remember.
Right?
Oh, my God. This little one, she didn't want to leave because the food was so good. She got her slushies.
Yeah, Dayton Children's is pretty good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. So, like I said, she's in my prayer.
Jen and I did several benefits for Dayton Children's. Helped raise $25K.
And we raised over $25,000 in 5 years just on poker runs alone. That they include beer tastings and anything else we could possibly do.
Well, thank you for that. That's really important. So, since we got some time left, I want to make sure that people can find you guys. So we got Ramblings of a Maniac. So Rick and Jay, and Teresa, you guys can start telling people, roll off where they can find you guys.
Oh, you can find us on Me with Raymond the Maniac podcast. We also do Sit Chat Life. The Winters is coming back. Teresa and Tina Duchesne will be doing TNT show. We're going to talk about everything metaphysical. We're also, Jason Arthur is going to be joining us on Raymond the Maniac. Plus, we're doing Paranormal Mysteries radio show. We're also doing Paranormal Mysteries filming. You can find us at ztalkradio.com. You can just Jay or Teresa, the one on there. Find us on our personal Facebook pages too. Plus our paranormal page, Hindsight Paranormal. If you can find Rick, you can find us.
Pretty much. That's the trouble, is finding Rick. He gets locked out. He gets in Facebook jail.
Hey, that has not happened in a while, Missy.
If it happens, just message one of us and we'll let you know how he is.
Well,
I've been a good boy.
Well, you know.
I'm going to knock on wood.
Yeah, he'll say, he'll show us a post and he'll say, I really want to post this, but I know that I'll get put in jail for it.
So I post it.
So Jay will post it.
And Jay doesn't get put in Facebook jail, does he?
No.
Nope.
Maybe it's because they've come to expect it from you. Or maybe they don't expect it if you don't look.
Nobody pays attention to me. That's why I get away with it.
So, well, I guess that's good. So,
yeah.
What I want to say is, Rick, thank you for working hard all day and surviving your injury to come on my show and make everybody laugh despite your injury. I'm sorry that your voice is a couple octaves higher than I recall.
Good call.
It happens.
I know. And
I'll be okay.
And again, thank you so much for caring about me and so many other people out there, even though you're an ass.
Oh, yeah.
But
and we also got to thank you to Kat for bringing us on too. I mean,
absolutely,
she's the one that made this possible, and she gives you the network and everything. Kat is awesome.
Yes, she is. She's wonderful, and I'm glad I'm here with her again. So that all of you know, I want to thank Jay and Teresa for coming on too. It has been wonderful talking with you guys. Well, I don't think I've ever talked to Teresa, but I do remember talking to Jay. And I'm saying Rutro for a while here. Apparently, I'm going to have to go down to Birmingham and kiss some butt after all this. Luckily, she's high on medication. She may not remember till she listens to the replay. So, of course, Rick may be banned for a year, but that's a whole other story.
Right?
Okay. The ghost is laughing in the background, so we're fine. But thank you guys so much for coming on, because like I said,
thank you.
I know that Rick worked 13 hours today, and I know how hard it is to come on and be entertaining when you're exhausted.
I am pretty exhausted, but I'd do it for you because I love you.
Well, I love you too, and I'm glad that you're within 8 hours of us now. So
that works.
Yep, it does work, because I know that drive better than almost any drive I do. So we will find a way to see you and see you soon after there's no snow, of course. But
yeah,
everybody tune in next week. I'm going to have David Glidden on. He's going to be talking about Into the Light 2, and you will probably hear the alien story again from Ashmore Estates. There's somebody locked in somewhere, possibly.
David's getting my sloppy seconds. David's getting my sloppy seconds.
Well, no, David is filling in for me, and I am so grateful for that. For filling in a space that ended up being open. And again, prayers for anybody that's out there that's going to be having surgery or going through any illness that they need prayers for, or even people that are just having physical therapy and needs the prayers to get through all the work that they got to do. So see you guys all next week. 7 o'clock. And also tune in on Wednesday to Cat's show at 7 p.m. Central. You'll be Paranormal Experienced. I forgot who your guest is. Who's your guest? I don't have it on my phone right now, do I? Let me see. Nope, I don't have it. Don't know who the Cat's guest is, but it'll be somebody great. And then you tune in on Friday to Shelley Robertson's show, Ghost Talk Radio. I forgot the rest of that. I got to write it down. With 187 PI at 7 o'clock Central on here as well. And then, Cat's got this great guest on Sunday on Fate Magazine Radio. It's me. Can't get better than that. It'd be easy. So, yep, me. So you guys tune in. We'll have a great time. See you guys all then. Listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. You guys have a great night. And thank you guys again. And Teresa and Jay Lynch, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.